This is what it's come to for the Big Ten, that a win in the Buffalo WildWings Bowl serves as a major bowl accomplishment. MarkRogersTV on Michigan State's comeback win over TCU in the Buffalo WildWings Bowl, 17-16. We're going to break down last night's game and then also kind of transition into 2013 and look at what happened last night and how it bodes for Mark D'Antonio's program going into next season. First of all, Michigan State, non-existent offensively in the first half, into the third quarter, trailed 13-0, and then finally got the running game going just enough, meaning almost nothing out of the passing game, but a couple key passes to convert third downs, and then, of course, the Michigan State defense made it stand up in the second half. So, first of all, the warts are all over the place on offense. They're impossible to ignore, especially in the passing game. It was this bad for Michigan State that LeVeon Bell, with one pass completion of 29 yards, he hit a 3rd and 2 from the Wildcat and threw a little shot put to the fullback for 29 yards to get the touchdown drive going. That was more than the two Michigan State quarterbacks had going into the final drive of the game, 29 yards passing. Andrew Maxwell started all 12 regular season games and the bowl game. He didn't fare well. He's a pocket passer, doesn't provide anything outside the pocket, and his teammates don't help him out. Michigan State, like they have the entire season, the wide receivers drop easy passes consistently. Deion Sims is dependable at tight end, but he's dependable but not explosive. So everything's a dump down, 5-6 yard passes, everything in front of the chains. Unbelievable. They've got nothing in terms of a double move to get anybody downfield. No playmakers on the outside for Michigan State. It came down to LeVeon Bell, who got bottled up in the first half, 38 yards, but hey, he stepped it up in the second half and backed up his tweet in which he said, we're going to wear down TCU's defense, a very talented and speedy defense. We're going to wear them down. We're going to shove it down their throats. We're going to win the game in the fourth quarter, and that's what he did. He ran for $145, and again, 38 in the first half. He totaled 173 total. And again, he threw the key pass on the touchdown drive. Andrew Maxwell, again, a quarterback, didn't play that poorly, didn't play well. His team does not help him out at wide receiver at all. And then it got so bad that Connor Cook, the backup quarterback, saw some action. Now, D'Antonio said that he had it planned that way, but Connor Cook actually got the drive to win the game. So with Maxwell, the starter, who's played the entire season, on the sideline, they looked to Cook, who had thrown the touchdown pass to Burbage, to lead the game-winning field goal drive, and he came through in the clutch. He only had to make a couple passes, but he made them. So this sets up a quarterback battle for 2013 between Cook and Maxwell. Cook provides a little bit more mobility, and he's got a stronger arm. He was really decisive and delivered the football. Of course, a couple times it was dropped, but he delivered the football. We want to mention, in looking at the pass offense for Michigan State, 4 wide receivers, all underclassmen. We've got Keith Mumphrey, Aaron Burbage, who caught the touchdown pass from Cook, and then we've got Tony Lippett and Benny Fowler. We've seen these guys all season. They've caught between 29 and 42 passes, but they drop a ton of passes. They don't extend for the ball. They don't do anything dynamic or spectacular. 1 or 2 of those guys is going to have to mature and catch the football consistently and step up and make big plays in the passing game. Okay, LeVeon Bell, he was a monster as he's been all season, 3rd in the nation in rushing, and this is with no support or threat from a passing attack. I believe he passed 1,800 yards in the bowl win over TCU, and again, $145 for the game after only 38 in the first half. He was a man. Will he come back, though? He's a junior who's projected to be the 2nd running back taken, about top 75 in the country, so that projects to about a 3rd round for LeVeon Bell. But the passing game is going to have to step it up for Michigan State to compete. They lost 5 games this season by a total of 13 points in the Big Ten. And again, it was the defense that had to step up, and Michigan State projects to have another great defensive unit or solid defensive unit in 2012 or 2013. The 2 big losses, of course, cornerback Johnny Adams, who was unable to play last night, but one of the top cornerbacks in the country, and also William Gholston, who we really are going to credit here because he's probably off to the NFL despite being just a junior. He's got loads of talent, just had 4.5 sacks this year. He's underachieved, but he's got all the tangibles, all the measurements to project to a fine NFL player. And so he's probably going to leave, but he still stepped up in the bowl game and played extremely hard. Got after Boykin, the quarterback, and made some huge plays in pressuring the quarterback in the second half as Michigan State's defense dominated in the second half. But listen to these names, all juniors coming back for Michigan State. Max Bulla, the leading tackler at linebacker with 111, along with Danico Allen, who's very impressive, speed rusher coming off the edge. And then you've got Hoover and Rush up front. They're both coming back, as well as Darquise Denard, the cornerback, and Isaiah Lewis at safety. So Michigan State should be solid again defensively, maybe the best in the Big Ten again next season. But offensively, these kids have to step up at wide receiver. They've got to find a quarterback between Maxwell and Cook. They should battle it out this spring. Michigan State fans, let me know what you think because you know more about your football team. I saw them about 5 or 6 times this season, and Michigan State, I believed, at the outset of the season to be the best team in the Big Ten. Now, they were only about 13 points away from being undefeated in the Big Ten, but they lost all the close games until pulling it out against TCU 17-16. Let's hear from you now on Mark Rogers TV.